Okay, so today we are going to do a couple of exercises with AWS, Amazon Web Services.
Okay.
So you have education account. First exercise we are going to do, we are going to implement Windows Server 2016 in AWS.
Okay.
Have you ever been working with Windows Server operating system?
No.
No, it's Microsoft's server version of Windows. It's very good operating system. It serves as a so-called DC domain controller of Windows computer network. Windows networks are based are organized into so-called domains, but I'm not going to go in deep with this. But the only thing you should know is that on Windows Server you may implement a lot of services like DHCP, DNS, file services, Radius, remote access dialing user service that is used for authentication. You can enable web service and so on. So this is really good operating system, and Amazon offers a lot of Windows Server as well as Windows Client. It's mostly Windows 10 operating system instances. So let's see how we can provide this cloud resource. So I'm going to log into AWS Educate account. So I have a teacher account, and also I have a student account. For this exercise, I'm going to log in to my student account because I want that you and me have the same interface. Okay, that's why I'm going to log in. So I'm registered on the educator account, teacher account with the Singidunum email address, and I use my private to register as a student because I cannot use one email addresses for both purposes. Okay, I'm going to log in. I'm going to type AWS Educate. Now I'm going to log in. Please log in, David.
Okay, ready login.
Okay, good. Okay, so we discussed before about this AWS Educate account. So you have resources, courses, and everything. And also this classroom will be approved. Maybe it has already been approved because I gave them all necessary information about you. And I told it was this domain problem, as I told you. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe you have like classroom here. I don't have it because this is some other account. Okay, you may choose the classroom, but we do not need this we do not need the classroom for this exercise. So the thing we need is this AWS account. Please go here and hit on here this button, AWS Educate Starter account. So the important thing here to realize is that since we do not have unlimited amount of credits, if we want that our credits last longer, we should, every time when we finish some implementation, we should turn off the virtual machine. So we must not forget this, definitely. So now let's go to this AWS console. Okay, so basically this is like this is a console where you can choose what you want to implement in cloud. It could be compute power, it could be storage, it could be networking, it could be application development, framework, and everything. But for the final project and for the purpose of this exercise, we are going to need only computation power. So we are basically going to rent the whole infrastructure as a service. So that means we will rent the whole virtual machine. And then on this virtual machine, we are going to install like everything, some cloud service that we need for the final project. So it's the same like if we were to install it in local virtualized environment. So you may choose this for the final project to do on AWS. It's even more practical, I think. It's the same, okay? The only distinction is that there is a machine, but I'll show you that later, with so-called free tier. It's like free for use. And on this, there is a Linux AMI, Amazon AMI, Amazon Machine Image. And on this image, we have some kind of CentOS operating system flavor. So commands are different than on Ubuntu, but slightly different, as you know. But you're using Linux, so it's not a problem for you. But on this first exercise, we are going to implement Windows Server. So here are different types of services that are available here. That's up to you to investigate. We are going to use this EC2 Elastic Compute Cloud. EC2, it's computational power. So basically, it's virtual machine, it's infrastructure as a service, and this is exactly what we are going to do. So I'm going to hit here launch virtual machine. Okay, so here is like, this is a quick start, you see, and here you have listed like the most used virtual machine instances. It's like the machine instances that are used by most clients, but you may go here to AWS Marketplace if you like, and then from this AWS Marketplace you may choose different instances. You know, these are all instances in terms of Amazon. It means that they are like pre-configured virtual machines. But it's nothing special. You know, it's like if we install in VirtualBox our Ubuntu or CentOS with all softwares like database server, like web server, and so on, and then we export this machine as appliance. So here you may got like the bare metal machine only with operating system. For example, plain Linux with no other services installed on it. Or you may get Linux with some additional software, like software for machine learning, like Python libraries, like software for, I don't know, intrusion detection system, intrusion prevention systems, and so on. So you may choose. It's called the instance type, what kind of instance, and all those instances are called, as you can see here, AMI, Amazon Machine Images. So the same applies for Microsoft operating systems. You may choose a Windows version which is like bare metal with no software, or you may choose a Windows version with some softwares on it, and so on. So it depends on you. It definitely depends on you. Okay, so you see here what states free tier eligible. You see here, free tier eligible. You see here, free tier eligible, and so on. So you've got some credits there. Do you have this?
Yes.
Okay, so you have some credits on your AWS Educate account.
Yeah.
So if you like rent this machine without this specification free tier eligible, you will pay for it. Your credits will decrease, but this is free completely. Your credits will remain the same, okay? And one more thing, David, when we finish this course, and if you want me to expand you to give you additional credits, let me know always, and I'll do it for you. Okay? Okay, so we are going to use for this exercise, okay, this Microsoft Windows Server 2019 base is free tier eligible. It's Windows Server virtual machine. We have only 64-bit. We're going to select this. So it's so-called the So in first step, we chose this so-called Amazon machine image.
Yeah.
So we choose which operating system and software, okay? And now we choose so-called instance type. It's a virtual machine with some processing capability. So with a certain amount of CPUs, memory, storage, and so on. It's called the instance type. And as you can see, there is a T2 micro instance, which is free. It has one virtual CPU and 1 GB of RAM. And trust me, for most of exercises, you are going to need this instance type. We can choose some other, but if you choose this, for example, we will use our credits. If you choose like this machine with, you see it's large, with 8 virtual CPUs and 32 GB of memory, it will consume a lot of our credits. On AWS Marketplace, you may see exactly how each machine image is consuming credits. Okay, but so if you do not want to take something into production environment, for most exercises you're going to need this free tier eligible T2 micro instance, which is very good. Okay.
Right.
For example, see this X large instance with 8 virtual CPUs, 32 GB of memory, 5 gigabit network. So it's, I'll see here, 96,384. You see, we may, so it's like data center machines, like very serious machines that can run the whole data center, and that's what the companies rent. Okay, so very nice. Okay, so I'm going to choose this, and I'm going to go here next, configure instance details. I'm not going to go into details with this, but okay, in the next exercise I'm going to show you what means this auto-scaling group. This is very useful feature, but in our next exercise that we are going to do today, of course. So network, and here you may leave all default, because here we may create logical subnets. So we mentioned this VLN, virtual local area network. So here we can create as many virtual local area networks as we like, because this is using so-called VXLAN, virtual extensible local area network. It's like the better implementation than the standard virtual local area network, because it can have up to, I think, 4,096 virtual networks. So imagine if we split the network into 4,096 virtual networks. We do not need so much. Okay, but you may configure virtual networks here, okay? Okay, then there is some security. So this is important. Shutdown behavior. So when we shut down our machine from the graphical user interface, for example, in the case of Windows, the machine will stop. Maybe if you have like a one-time project, maybe you should put here like when you shut down, the machine should terminate. It means it will be erased. So pay attention to this. Okay?
Right.
For example, if you want to test something in sandbox environment, only for a few hours, and then after that you do not need this machine anymore, terminate would be better option. Yes. Okay.
But for our project, we should use stop.
So?
But for our project, kind of project, we should use stop.
Stop. Yes, because you have to show me. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. Tenancy. You see here tenancy. We discussed about tenancy.
Yeah.
So if we use a public cloud, it's a shared hardware instance. Yeah. So we will use hardware along with some other tenants, clients. But if we want to dedicate it, oh no, we do not want dedicated, because additional fees apply. It means that only our virtual machine will run on one hardware.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's really crazy, and we do not need this. Also, you see here, it's very good for example, CUDA programming. So we could add the graphical processing units for CUDA programming. It's especially important for you, for machine learning. And for example, when you choose a pre-configured machine for deep learning or CNNs, convolutional neural networks, it will have a pre-configured like 1,000 of graphical units and so on. So everything is set up. Okay, you can choose like with 8 gigabytes of memory, but we do not want this. Okay. And also we can enable this Cloud Watch. But okay, we do not have time to discuss about everything. It's a very sophisticated Amazon system that monitors and maintains all machines on the cloud. So by using Cloud Watch, we can gather a lot of statistics, like the utilization rate, average utilization rate, like the utilization when there is a peak of traffic. We can see like the storage capacity utilization. We can see like a lot of other performance metrics, like local area network metrics. What is the capacity of our network and so on. So it's very useful for cloud corporate environments. Okay, and that's it. And now let's go here at storage. Okay, we can add as many storage as we want. It's not a problem. So we can add new volumes. Okay, root is 30 gigabytes. We can add new volume EBS, Elastic Block Store. EBS, it's Elastic Block Store. It's Amazon term for the storage. What do you think? Why do they say elastic?
Because you can usually scale up or down.
Yes, exactly. So Amazon infrastructure is everything about this elasticity. EC2, Elastic Compute Cloud and everything. So it can scale up and down, and we can dynamically reallocate resources from underutilized virtual machine to overutilized. We discussed about this because we have everything as one pool of resources and everything. Okay, but we can add storage here. Okay, I'm going to need only root disk with this. I'm not. And here you see this delete on termination. Okay, it means that when we terminate virtual machine, maybe we would like this storage to remain intact. But
we don't.
Yes, but you know why this is useful?
Why?
Then we can like export this storage, copy it locally to flash drive, and then we can, everything is compatible now, intercompatibility. Then we can, for example, import this into VirtualBox. For example, if you are using Amazon for some testing and then you ran out of credits and you want to migrate to some other like environment to show your coworker how it works and so on, you export this disk, you take this, import to VirtualBox, to VMware, whatever hypervisor you like, everything is compatible, and you will have your virtual machine. It's very useful. Okay, and also we could encrypt, but we do not want to encrypt this. Okay, we can encrypt the whole drive, but then every time it starts, we should enter our private key and wait till decryption front. But for sensitive data, it's a good option, definitely. Then we want to add tags. So tags are like labels for virtual machines. For example, imagine if we have like a big environment with thousands of virtual machines. We would want to add some kind of text to see this is web server, this is DNS server. Okay. So we would like to add tag, and we want key. It's simply in the form of key value pairs. So it's very simple. So we'll put like the key, I don't know, was 2016 2K16 data center, but it doesn't matter. A value will be primary DC, odnosno primary domain controller, for example, but it doesn't. It's not important. Okay, we can add as many, you see, 15 tags maximum. And then we want to configure security group, but here we are not going to do anything. Because, you know, if we have like many machines in our environment, oh, sorry. Oh, Tuba is calling. Okay, sorry, I didn't. So, if we have many virtual machines in the environment, we can add virtual machines to so-called security groups. Okay, we can add machines to security groups. And then, for example, all web servers will belong to one security group. So what does it mean? It means that if we have a new web administrator and we want this web administrator to take care of all servers in this security group, we will allow permissions for this web administrator for this security group, not to any individual virtual machine. Okay. So we gave them permission for the group, and he will be able to manage all virtual machines within the group. Okay. So it means, okay, maybe I can create like SDE group or something to know description. This is just for teaching purposes. Okay. Look here. This is so-called inbound firewall rules, because on AWS we have a firewall, and only certain traffic is allowed from the internet through the firewall to our virtual machine to Amazon network. So by default, this is allowed. RDP, what does it mean? RDP is Remote Desktop Protocol. It's Microsoft's protocol for remote connection. And it uses port 338 now. This is how we can connect to our virtual machine. Okay? But here we can specify from which source can we connect. We can add like only from certain IP addresses that we may connect. Okay? So that's the source. Or we can say anywhere. For example, from any location on the internet we can connect to this machine. Okay, I'm going to specify anywhere, but it's not like a good option. It's the better to specify
no IP.
Yes, or the list of IPs from which we can connect. Okay, but I'm going to say anywhere, it doesn't matter. And description, it's like, I don't know, RDP for Windows Server 2K16.
What about if I want to connect from my Linux computer?
You're going to something like that. Add rule. And but there is also RDP implementation for Linux, SSH. And we are going to add SSH. It's TCP, it's 22. And I'm going to type anywhere. And for example, if we want to use this Windows Server as a web server, we must allow protocol 80 or 443, HTTP or HTTPS, okay? So, for example, we may say like, we want HTTPS. It's TCP protocol, it's for port 443, and anywhere. It's web server. Okay, good. This is inbound firewall rules. AWS is very interesting. You know, there are a lot of things, and cloud is good thing.
Just opening that page shows like a lot of information.
So what did it say?
Like when you open this page, it just showed a lot of information.
On this page?
Yeah.
Like
when you open this page, you know, like I just saw a lot of information. I was like, okay, now there's a lot to learn from here.
Oh, from Amazon?
Yes.
Yes, there is a lot of information. Yeah. Okay, let's take a brief break. Okay.
Okay.
Is it okay?
All right.
Okay. We are going to review and launch. Okay. Review and launch. Okay, so we can review our settings here. Okay. And then just type launch. This is very important thing to do. So when we try to connect to our virtual machine, we should create so-called key pair. It's PM file. So a set of our public and private keys. It's created by Amazon. And we should save this. If we lost this, we will lose connection to our virtual machine. We are gone. That's it. There is no way to recover it. Okay, I'm going to, so trust me, so not proceed without, but we are going to create new key pair. I'm going to name the key pair to know what I'm going to use it for. I'm going to say Windows Server 2K16 key pair or something like that. It doesn't matter. And please click on this button, download. And if you want to, like access this machine once again, some other times in the future, please save this on the safe location, okay? And then finally, we hit here launch instances. Okay, and now we're good. Okay, we should wait, okay?
It's now launching.
Yeah, it's now launching, okay. But I'm going to now pause this and we'll continue later on, okay? Okay, so now I think that this instance is launched. We said that it takes, Amazon guarantees that it takes up to 90 seconds for a certain machine to be launched. So it's nothing. So it doesn't, so for any type of instance, like it has, if it has like 32 virtual CPUs, like 128 gigabytes of RAMs, it doesn't matter. It will always launch within the 90 seconds. So it's very good. So let's click here to view instances. Okay, I have some other instances, but it doesn't matter. So this is instance that is running. It's T2 micro instance. You see? Okay. So for example, if we, here, check this instance, select this instance, down we can see a lot of basic stuff about this instance. So what is the AMI and everything. Here we have a status check. We have monitoring. You see a bunch of useful stuff here. Okay, so we can click here because it's Windows. So for each instance is different, and we should read Amazon instructions. Okay, so have you checked this instance? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we go actions and we can choose this get Windows password. Okay, so now based on our key pair here, you see, we can get our Windows password. We could go like choose file, and I'm going to choose this PM key.
Well, we downloaded.
Yes, we have downloaded here. Okay. So here is our RSA private key that's used for connection. We can choose this decrypt password. And here is our password, you see?
Very secure.
This is,
Very, very secure.
Very
secure.
Very secure, yes, definitely. So here is our very secure password, okay? Okay. But now the problem is that you do not have a remote desktop protocol for Linux. Can you please?
To SSH.
Huh?
I can connect to SSH.
But we still do not have SSH server on this Windows machine. Because in native it's. Can you please try to find? Just type remote desktop services for Linux, please.
But for the part where it says my, what's it called, the I put my IP address, you know, to use my IP address instead of custom or anywhere.
Ah, you said your IP
My
address.
IP address.
Okay, it will work.
To work.
Because it's your current IP address.
Yeah.
Yes, it will work. Do not worry about this. You can tweak those settings later on. Oh, Strahinja, please have a seat. We are about to finish first exercise. Do you have laptop?
No.
Okay, can you please take the laptop?
Yeah, I thought we were doing tiers today.
We're doing Amazon plus tier.
Okay.
Do you have your AWS Educate account?
No. I don't think I do.
Okay, I'm going to send you the link for registration, okay?
Yeah.
With Sing email, please. Okay.
Okay.
Now we're going to finish this first part. Okay, David, try because it's a good thing. Please try it. I'm going to wait a little bit.
Port we're using.
So what did you say, David?
The port.
The port?
Yeah.
3389. 3389, yes, that's the port. Okay, I'm waiting. There are a lot of software for this. I remember like 6 years ago I used remote desktop services on Linux and I found a lot of useful software. Okay, so in the meantime, I'm going to send you the registration link, okay? So I'm going to pause recording. Please try like this. So here we check our virtual machine.
Okay.
We go here, actions, and just click on connect, please. It's because of the internet. So click connect.
Session has expired. Start a new session.
Okay, start new session, please. Why is this so slow? Why? David. So just action and connect. So it's very easy. Okay. Okay, you see here. So here we have a public DNS name of our machine. We can use this. It's a public DNS. And also here, as you can see, here we have a public IP. So our machine has public IP, so it means that we can deploy real world services on this machine and access them. Okay? Okay, David, are you here?
Not yet.
Okay, I'm waiting. But you remember this password.
Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Mike Bryant. I'm the Faculty Community Manager for AWS Educate.
Sorry. Sorry, Mike Bryant. Okay. Okay, Georgi, after that we'll start.
I was waiting for a second.
Yes. You may see this on video tutorial, what we did. So So now we set up a Windows virtual machine, and now we are going to do it with Linux. Okay, David, please.
I need assistance.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
Where do I find the loaded?
Okay, just go to running instances, please. Okay, good. It's very good. Okay, just action. Okay, maybe. Okay, you can do it like this. Okay. Download remote desktop file, please.
All right.
And try to hit on
Welcome
it.
to AWS Educate. AWS Educate is Amazon's global initiative.
What is wrong with this? Okay, download remote desktop file.
Yeah. Session.
Okay, my session is expired again. Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm waiting. Okay, here is my RDP. You see? Do you have this file?
Yes.
Try double click on it, please.
Yes, I get like what's it called? A text file. I can see what's inside.
You should install remote desktop connection. Definitely. It cannot work without it. But when you install remote desktop protocol services for Linux, you must have something.
Okay.
What? You know, because
I see it now.
you should. Does it work?
No, the remote desktop.
Yes, because you should just open this file with this client program you will install. Only that, nothing else. But look here, please. And then we just click connect. So it's very easy. So we just click connect. And now the remote connection is being initialized. But if we do not have this file, we can just enter this. Okay, this is a public IP address, but our internet connection is so slow, so that's the problem. I'm going to pause again. So again, please. So we check this machine. We go to actions, connect, download remote desktop file. Here's the file. We just double click on file, but before that we should have some kind of remote desktop protocol client program. David, did you find something?
Yes, I'm waiting for the internet to load up.
Okay, I've connected to this SSID. It works better. Okay.
Oh, fine.
Strahin, did you manage to create account?
No, finally entered the mail.
Oh, okay. I don't know why is the internet so bad today. It worked well. Okay, but just look here, please. So we just click connect by using this public IP address, or this. This is DNS name, or this. We can connect by using either this or this, either DNS name or IP address. And now we just have to paste our password, which is generated here. And OK. Yes. And when we connect to our Windows Server machine, we can install, for example, SSH server and some other roles and so on, but we're not going to do this because this exercise is simply about connecting to AWS machines.
Okay.
We'll wait till you finish.
Where do I go for the instances?
You don't. Please do not do anything now. You'll start with this second exercise. Okay. Okay, we'll start together. But let's see. I need to pause once again. Look at this truly later.
Yes.
Okay, please. Okay, so basically you should get something like that. Now we've connected to our machine. We have everything here. We have what's the instance ID. We have a public IP address. We have a private IP address in our private network. We see that it's AMD 64-bit architecture with 1 GB of memory. It's a free instance, but it will serve our purpose. And we can do a lot of stuff here. Okay, so I'm going to close this. And the most important thing that if we do not want to use this machine anymore, then we should simply go here to Actions. And I'm going to choose this instance state. I'm going to stop this, okay?
Actions, instance, and stop.
Yes, stop, and that's it, okay?
That launch instance, the drop down.
Yes, this, okay, so, okay, I'm going to finish recording here.